Welcome back, wrestling fans, for round 2 of the Triangular. This is HCTV. We want to welcome our friends at SCCTV for our second round match between White Bear Lake and Mounds View. My name is Kyle Kreiser, and joined with me is Mitch Sheeman. We are two coaches for Hastings. We're going to call this duel between the White Bear Lake Bears and the Mounds View Mustangs. Starting us off in this duel for White Bear is Isaac Kolstad, and wrestling for Mounds View is going to be either Zytavius Williams or Eli Claseman. They threw Claseman in last round at 106. Maybe they'll give him a little chance to bump down at 106 and stay there.
Yeah, and here's two teams that are in the same conference, that Suburban East Conference, that are just going to go battle at it. Here's two coaches that really know the sport of wrestling. The White Bear Lake coach, Craig Nasvik, he's been there for 32 years. Can you believe that? 32 years.
Wow.
I just turned 32. He's been there as long as I've been alive.
Man, you're young.
I know. Feels good.
Love it. And again, familiar foes, not far from each other. There's a little conference rivalry, as you said, and there's some section implications here, too. And I think that's the interesting thing about tonight is not only are White Bear Lake and Mounds View in the same section, but Hastings is as well this year with the crossover, with the new section alignment, with the preliminary state rounds, which is what made that one so fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, looks like they're sending out Zytavius Williams in this round. He wrestled 113 in the last round and got beat by Creed Peterson. Zytavius Williams is a returning 9th grade state qualifier. He's an 8th grader going against Isaac Kolstad. Here we go. Kolstad, long and lanky, got a lot of length.
And here's two kids that haven't lost very much this season. Between Kolstad and Williams. Williams, I think, he looks to be a little quicker there.
Deep on that shot, drives him out of bounds. Looking for that right side underhook on his feet. We saw his athleticism against Creed Peterson in that first match. He kept it close against a kid that was much bigger than him. Nice single from Williams, comes up with it, looks to finish. Drives across the body and gets the 2. Nice
I like
finish.
that. I like that going to that far knee.
Yeah.
That was a smart move there.
And didn't stop on that shot, right?
Right,
Drove
right.
through it. Sucking in that wrist. Kolstad works up, gets the escape. It's now 2-1 with 1 minute and 15 seconds left.
It looks like Kolstad likes to tie up those wrists. I wonder if he ties up those wrists, goes for a double, and tries to take him down that way.
Well, when you're long and lanky, you can have that advantage, right? You can reach and grab those hands and control the ties. Still on her feet, minute left in the first period. Kind of a half duck under, half shot attempt there.
Just couldn't clear that elbow.
45 seconds left in the period. Kolstad controlling the wrist, trying to work his angles to a shot, grinding on that head. Flattens out in that shot. Williams goes to that front headlock position, looking to score.
And Kolstad keeps driving those knees forward, but he wants to get to his feet here. Watch this. Can he drag out?
Nothing yet. Kind of tries to throw him by. It's still on his feet. 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left. Excuse me. Williams still has an early 2-1 lead.
A lot of hand fighting going on.
Yep.
Who can hit those angles? Oh, right there.
Close shot here at the buzzer. Does he give it to him? He gives Williams the finish there at the buzzer.
And he just took advantage of Kolstad's stumbling.
Yep.
That was, as an 8th grader, that's great to see. Holy cow.
All right, Mounds View got an early 4-1 lead. They defer after the first period. Kolstad's going down. Again, he got the takedown at the buzzer for the early lead. He traps that front arm, tries to grind him forward, break him flat. Just as a reminder to folks, after this match, White Bear Lake will be wrestling Hastings in the 3rd match of the night. We'll take a short break after this round. Back up to his feet, doesn't get the escape yet, can't clear out.
He's sucking that leg in, he's going to try to drive him out.
No escape yet, Williams still in control. Caution green.
Good pressure forward. Put him right on his hands, right to his belly.
Yeah, we talked about it in the last duel, but we talked about the importance of grinding a guy down from that top position. You know, you can ride him for a first period. You ride him for 2 consecutive periods. By that third, that guy's really tired.
Yeah.
Well, 45 seconds in the period. It's still 4-1. Zytavius Williams with an early lead. Well in control here. Kolstad works to his feet, though, looking for an escape.
He's already gotten away once. Can you get his hips out?
He does.
Nice.
It's 4-2 now, closing that gap. Williams trying to control that 2-on-1 Russian tie position. He clears out, though.
It's hard to get inside those arms of Kolstad.
Yeah, when you're long and lanky, you got to clear. You got to clear those arms to get that takedown.
Yep. And he had an explosive shot there in the first period, right in the first period there. But
shot with a head down there. Not going to score from that position, most likely.
It's going to be tough.
Williams clearing that out. He's kind of in a front headlock whip over position. Looking for a far knee block with 25 seconds left. Again, we talked about this. This is 2 of the better wrestlers in this matchup, and I was kind of looking forward to this one right here. Williams has an early lead with about 18 seconds left, but it's still a 2-point match. Anything can happen. It does look like to me, Coach, that Kolstad has a size advantage. He's longer, lankier, but Williams is pretty young still.
Yes. Yep. And once he's been able to get, again, inside those arms, he's able to make that takedown. But as you see right there, he's reaching for that leg, and it's hard to get there.
All right,
but he doesn't stop attacking. That's what I like, his intensity there.
After 2 periods, Mounds is up 4-2. Williams will take down going to the 3rd period. Again, he has a 2-point lead. Not surprisingly, got here with long arms, looking for possibly a cradle, going to that cross-face cradle ride. Now he switches over to an inside position. Williams gets up to his feet. Doesn't give him the 1 yet. They go out of bounds.
Yep.
Up to his feet again, Williams is.
Shot out there.
Flattens him out.
Oh.
They gave him near fall.
Near fall right at the edge.
Toes stayed in. Williams kind of fought off his back. They gave him the 2 near fall. It was hard to see from our vantage point that he was even on his back from this stage, but gave him the 2 near fall. It's now a 4-4 match. And again, this is a crucial match, not necessarily for the team score. I don't think that there's any doubt that maybe Moundsview has the advantage in the team score, but when we talk about section placement, this is one that maybe could play a factor. Warning stalling for White Bear Lake, ran him off the mat.
Yeah, Williams has been hopping up to his feet real quick, and Kolstad's able to take him down, but by just kind of running him off the mat, he got warned there.
If you don't make an attempt to actually return the man to the mat, and you just run him out of bounds, that's where you're going to get warned for stalling, and we saw that happen in this match. About 1 minute, 13 seconds left. It's a tie score, 4-4.
What a tough ride.
Yeah, Kolstad's got to be careful, though, when he's riding that ankle, because if he hangs on too long, you've already been warned for stalling once. But it doesn't look like Williams is making much improvement just yet.
But watch him try to post this hand. If he can get to his knees, keep that hand and post it to the mat, he can maybe circle up there and try to get his 1. And with less than a minute left, that 1 would change it.
Warning stalling on Moundsview. As we say that, Williams gets back to his feet. It's a 5-4 match with 45 seconds left.
Both wrestlers have been stalled, or have been warned for stalling.
Working a 2-on-1, Kolstad is. Kind of dives in a shot. Williams is in good position to score here. Is he going to get it? Oh, runs him out of bounds. No takedown. 30 seconds left. 5-4 Williams with the lead.
And when he's in that front head, one thing that I really liked about that is he kept his elbows short. That last time when he was in the front head, Kolstad was able to tie up Williams' arms.
Yeah.
But if he keeps those elbows short, he's in better position there.
20 seconds left. Kolstad has to score here. Williams goes right to that front headlock position, looking to score on his own here. 14 seconds left. Kind of a little shuck, throws him by, gets a takedown. Yeah. It's 7-4, and it looks like Williams is going to ice this match with 5 seconds left. And Moundsview is going to take an early 3-0 lead. A big win by Zytavius Williams, winning 7-4.
Yeah, and that was interesting because he, at the edge of the mat, he got the 2 back points Kolstad did. But it didn't change that mindset of an 8th grader.
Absolutely. All right, now we're going to move up to 113. For White Bear Lake, we have Christian Carlson. And for Mounds View, I think we have Eli Claseman again, an 8th grader. So they're bumping him up. He's an 8th grader wrestling up a weight class against Christian Carlson, a kid who's been wrestling for a while. Maybe White Bear Lake can get a win in this match. They might have the advantage. We saw Claseman go out and get pinned against Blake Beisel, who of course is a state-ranked wrestler for Hastings in the first round. Hey, we want to give another shout out to SCC TV. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm glad that we can show this match, this triangular duel. And Carlson with an early takedown. Nicely done. You can see the size difference in this match.
Definitely. You know, and Claseman, one thing that I like that the coaches are sending him out in a varsity match, get him a little experience. I know he's young, but you know these first few matches in that first year on a varsity mat, it gives you some experience.
Yep. Riding tough with those 2-on-1 wrist ties here from top. Working to a ball and chain. Looking for a tilt across his back. Not giving anything.
Watch this half. See if he throws that half up on that left side. Oh, he let it go.
Now, Mounds View is missing their regular 113-pounder, Colton Lewine. So, again, they had to bump one of their 106-pounders up. Both guys undersized. I think they kind of took turns going to 113. It's Claseman's time to go wrestle up this round. 45 seconds left. Carlson riding tough on top. Still 2-0 in favor of White Bear Lake. Riding tough with that 2-on-1 wrist tie. Breaks him flat.
You kind of want to see him get off the hips here. Just go out to the side. Keep that wrist ride, but go out to the side and just to be safe there.
You know, one thing, Coach, we've seen White Bear Lake a lot at the middle school level, being that we're coaches in Hastings. One thing I always respect about White Bear Lake is they always scrap. They always give them your best effort. Whether you're wrestling an absolute stud or a brand new wrestler, they give it their all. So they're a fun team to watch in the fact that they never quit. So listen, I expect nothing but that in every single match that they're wrestling tonight.
For sure.
With 3 seconds left, looks like the first period is going to end with Christian Carlson with a 2-0 lead. It is White Bear Lake's choice after 1. He chooses down. See if Claseman can ride him out, being that he is a little undersized here.
Hey, give him a little payback after that first period.
Yeah. We talked about it in the first duel, but Mounds View, really young team. They're going to be a force to reckon with for a long time. We talk about it as well. Hastings is a relatively young team. Mounds View is maybe even younger.
Yep.
And I know that they're in the same section with Stillwater. Stillwater is one of the top teams in AAA. I feel like Mounds View is going to close that gap in a couple years. Watching them wrestle Hastings in that first round, I was very impressed.
Yeah, the section that these two teams are in is very, very good. Yeah. And they're always throwing out solid wrestlers, great wrestlers going to the state tournament from that section. And Mounds View and White Bear Lake are fun to watch.
Yeah. All right, still riding tough. Claseman is nice little sit-out, turn away. It's now 3-0 Carlson. Claseman rode him hard for almost a minute, though. Again, 3-0 in favor of Carlson.
Takes that
nice shot by Carlson. He comes up with it, tries to dump far side. He gets it. It's now 5-0 in favor of Carlson. Got to be careful about riding this ankle too long. Otherwise, you get dinged for stalling. The ref's looking right at it, and you can see it. Now he's working up.
Get him down to his hip. Again, make him feel that weight, because once that third period comes, you tire out, especially an undersized guy.
Yeah, that's a good point. 15 seconds left in the period. Carlson with a 5-0 lead. Well in control of this match.
Well, he called stalling on bottom there.
All right, with 2 periods in the book, it is 5-0 Christian Carlson with the lead. It is Mounds View's choice. Let's see where they go. They're going back down. All right, if you're White Bear Lake here, you want to work for a major, right?
Yep.
You may not get a ton of wins in this duel, as Mounds View is a pretty tough team up top. However, you want to get wins and you want to get bonus points wherever you can.
Yep.
So with 1 turn here, they potentially could get the major decision. You have to win by 8 points or more.
And I wonder what coach, the Mounds View coach, was thinking there when he sent him down. Was he trying to just get him again more experience on bottom, try to get that feel of it, or was he, again, what was he trying to do? Maybe that's his best position too.
Yeah. Or maybe just keep the match close too.
That too.
Who knows? Either way, it's 5-0 with 1:15 left in the third period. Christian Carlson is still in the lead of this match. Like we talked about in the first duel, for people that tuned in with Hastings versus Mounds View, Mounds View's probably weakest weights are probably down below, and then they get extremely tough. Stalling Red, he's kind of riding the hips, not getting off to the side.
Yep.
With a minute left, Mounds View's looking to get away and get on the board here.
That was he was on that wrist too.
Ooh, a nice little sit out and face. He's up to his feet. He's going to for sure get some points here.
Burst of energy here. I like it.
Nice job by Claesman. Not backing down from a bigger kid. All right, he gets the one. We're back on their feet. Now, if you're here, Coach, you're looking for a big move, correct?
Yep, absolutely.
You got nothing to lose, right?
And I don't try to force anything. Even though there's 45 seconds left, you can still get a good setup and try to throw him to his back.
Carlson smartly shucks or snaps him right down, goes behind. That's what happens when your head's down. Bad things happen. It's 7-1 Carlson with about 30 seconds left in this match. Kind of coming around for a corkscrew slash butcher.
Wonder if he's going to try a whip over or quarter Nelson here. Try to turn him.
Yep.
With 20 seconds left, if he gets a turn, that's bonus.
Yep. 15 seconds left in the match. Carlson well on his way to a victory here. And it looks like White Bear Lake's going to be on the board here. The match score will be 3-3, a win for Christian Carlson. And we now move on to 120 pounds, where White Bear Lake will be sending out Dove Nathanson. And for Mounds View, it looks like they're going to be sending out Brady Swenson. Brady Swenson, we talked about in the opening duel, son of Jeff Swenson. And if you guys know anything about wrestling, you know that Jeff Swenson, longtime head coach of the Augsburg wrestling program and current athletic director at Augsburg. We've had some Hastings Raiders that have wrestled in Augsburg as well and found some success. So we're very familiar with the program. Brady Swenson's an interesting kid. He's wrestled kind of all over the place, 126, 132, found a lot of success. First round, he wrestled a tough kid from Hastings. Took a loss, but definitely battled.
And Dov Nathanson comes into this match 11-7 on the season. He's looking for that 12th win.
Both guys kind of feeling each other out for the first 30 seconds in. Nathanson kind of on a half shot, trying to drag out.
If you can cut that corner. Drops down in. Can he come up through the middle? That's what you're looking for here. Can he bring that head up to the middle and push-pull?
Works back up to his feet. No score yet. Swenson looking to score from this front headlock position. We're at a minute mark in the first period. Swenson's coming around with the front headlock and looking to score. He gets it. There's a 2 on the board. Now, we've seen Nathanson wrestle at the middle school level. He's a tough kid.
Yes.
Yep. You know, he's a kid that battles. He doesn't quit. And that's kind of the epitome of White Bear Lake wrestling from our perspective.
Yep.
Swenson, on the other hand, is a kid that's been wrestling for a long time. We talked about his pedigree. Comes from a family of wrestling and has a couple brothers that are going to be in the program too that are already on the roster. We're at 25 seconds left in the period. It's 2-0. Swenson looking to score here. He's got a nice cross face, kind of looking to turn him here.
Yeah, smartly controlling that. He's controlling that far elbow. I like this right here. Cross body. Just don't get too high.
All right, with 5 seconds left. Looks like that's how the first period's going to end, although Swenson just locked up a cradle. Is he going to go for it? Doesn't get it at the buzzer.
Wow, right at the end. I like the continually not just waiting for points in that second period, trying to get points right away. I like that mentality.
Green defers. White Bear Lake's going back to their feet. I noticed Swenson was kind of doing that Augsburg cradle ride, where he kind of traps in that front or that back ankle, kind of goes crossbody. That's a classic Augsburg move. I know we teach it in our program as well.
Oh,
Nice high crotch shot
eyes.
by Nathanson. Just left his head down on that shot. Otherwise, he might have a takedown.
That was a great setup, but a great recovery by Swenson here.
Yeah. I noticed in that first duel, too, man, these Mounds View guys have some good hips. They sprawl hard. They don't make any shot easy. Calling a stalemate, back on their feet. They're back on their feet with 1:30 left. Nice low single shot by Nathanson.
I think he was actually sprawling on a fake shot, and he found that ankle. But I like him coming up through here.
Look
he
what
wants
I
to
found.
step up, right, but he wants to step up with that right knee.
Okay.
If you could step up with that right knee, you might be able to come right through the legs there. But Swenson just ties it up.
Yep.
Smart stalemate.
You know, Nathanson has gotten deep on a couple shots, and he just kind of stopped on the shot. If he could just keep wrestling, man, he'd have a couple takedowns potentially in this period. As it stands, though, it's still 2-0 Swenson. Wrestling hard with a minute left. Looking for inside position.
Getting physical with that tie.
Kind of a half duck undershot. Switches to a headlock. Nothing, though, out of bounds. Under a minute now. Swenson on a deep shot, trying to cut a corner here on that single.
Can he get that knee out?
Comes up with it, nothing yet. Kind of a scramble position. Nathanson's trying to trap an ankle. Trying to cut a corner if he can pop his head out. There's two if he can do it. And there it is. 30 seconds left. It's 4-0.
He was slowly working for that far knee. Once he grabbed that far knee, he was able to get him down to his hip and continually improving that position. I like those hand over hand, slowly working it. Don't rush it, but that was a good takedown.
Under 10 seconds now. Still a 4-0 lead for Swenson. He's got a cradle potentially locked up there at the end of the period. See if he can get some back points.
Right
Looking for a pin potentially, and time is done. He gets the 3 near fall. Nice chain wrestling by Swenson to get those back points at the buzzer. It's 7-0 after 2. Swenson's choice, chooses down. Nathanson's going to need something big in this third period, Coach. If there's one area that we saw maybe Swenson struggle with a little bit in that first match, it was in that down position. Bainbridge was able to turn him a couple times, but it looks like he's definitely scrambling and trying to get those legs out, whereas Nathanson's trying to throw him in. Maybe he even saw that first match.
Yeah, could have been.
7-0, 1:30 left.
He's got that bar lightly, just came a little too far forward.
Looking to lock up a cradle here in a crossbody ride. Switches to banana splits potentially.
They're right on the edge of the mat. If I'm telling Swenson, I'm telling him to try to get out of this, get a fresh start.
All right, calling a stalemate. No guy was really improving their position. We're at the minute mark in the third period. Swenson's up 7-0. Again, let's just say the score of the team is not necessarily going to be that close, because I'm predicting as we get closer to the upper weights, it might not be as close. But this is a good match for Swenson to work to get a major decision.
Yep.
You get an escape here that affects your team score, and those are the kind of matches you need when you get into the section meet, right?
And that you can build on, too.
Absolutely.
Build that confidence, going into a section meet, because that's when you want to be peaking at the right time. Peaking at that section tournament, trying to better your position for that seed.
Now they called Nathanson for stalling here. He's kind of riding the hips, not getting off to the side. Also was kind of trapping that ankle. And like you said, Coach, right? I personally feel like when you get that major decision, too, it's just a confidence builder,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
You're looking to score constantly, and there's a difference, right? Not only team score-wise, but just in your confidence. Runs him out of bounds again. That should be a point for Mounds View. That's the second stall warning. It's now 8-0. Now you wonder if your tactic is just to cut him and look for something big.
And that's exactly what I was thinking, because White Bear Lake has been down on a shot before. And one thing you don't want to do is give up a reversal here and definitely put that major or solidify that major.
Comes out to a front headlock position, faces him, gives it up, just gets the one. Smart wrestling. We're under 20 seconds here. It's 9-0 Swenson.
And you want Nathanson to attack here.
Nice shot, but again, we kind of stopped wrestling for a second. But boy, he's got some nice shots.
Yes, he gets in deep. He's getting to that ankle. Just needs to work on that finishing here.
All right, the match will end 9-0 for Brady Swenson. That's a major decision for the Mustangs, and they take a 7-3 lead. As we go to 126, we have Ali Sharif for White Bear Lake. And for Mounds View, we have Carter Whalen. Carter's a senior for the Mustangs. He got a big win in the duel against the Raiders in the first round.
Looks like two lengthy 120-pounders going at it here.
Yeah, and as we talked about in the first duel with Whalen, he's a kid that has some length, has some leverage, and was really tough on top.
Yes.
Man, he was just riding people nonstop on top. See what happens here though. Whalen into a front headlock position, looking to score. Gets to a whip over position. This is dangerous, right to his back. This could be the match. And there's the pin, 22 seconds in. Carter Whalen with a big pin.
Yeah, one thing, Ali, he came up top with that arm, and Moundsview just kind of took advantage of it.
Yeah. All right, we're down to 132 now. Apollo Ashby, the 9th grader from Moundsview, who got a big win in the first round, taking on Michael McCormick from White Bear Lake. Again, Ashby got a big win in the first round in a really close nail biter. Again, as we start going through these lineups again, you're going to hear a lot of 8th graders and 9th graders from Moundsview.
Yep.
And it sounds like, that they're maybe not as talented because you got younger kids, but boy, they are tough. And as I say that, he gets right to a shot, finishes right away.
But we saw this a lot on top with Moundsview. They grind on those wrists. They keep grinding. They keep that pressure forward. Man, they're tough to ride.
Yeah.
They're tough riders, I should say.
Yeah. And it's kind of fun for us because we do see some of these kids at the middle school level, but we don't often get to see them when they're competing at the high school level until maybe state tournament. So fun to see some of these kids wrestle and see them kind of grow and get better at the high school level. With that, Ashby's got kind of a corkscrew position, pulls that arm across. He's getting back points right now. He's got to readjust to get a pin. He's going to scoop the head. Let's see if he can get it here. Gets the 2-point near fall.
I thought he had that arm and he was going to be able to pull him back, but McCormick just kind of was able to roll through there.
Yeah, Ashby switching off. Looks like he's got an arm bar trapped. He's going to run it right over. That's pretty tight. Let's see if he can flatten him out and get the pin.
There it is.
And there it is. At about minute and 18 seconds into the first period, Apollo Ashby gets the big pin for Mounds View. All right, now we go to 138, where Javen Kaufman, Mounds View's senior state-ranked kid, is up. Javen Kaufman's ranked 7th in AAA state, according to the Guillotine. He is a Min USA Greco state champ, two-time returning state qualifier, and he's going against Tyler Brock from White Bear Lake.
Yeah, Kaufman wrestled really well that last period, or that last match. Improved that record. Only 2 losses on the season. He's looking strong.
Yeah, and I remember Tyler Brock from the middle school level. He's a physical kid. We'll see if he can match the physicality of Kaufman here. Kind of a half shot attempt by Kaufman. Looking to go underhook, clears out. Really working that head, trying to get him in bad position here to take those leg attempts. We saw him get to a fireman's carry a couple times in that first match. Yeah, see if he goes back to that in this match.
And if you watch his
nice ankle pick.
Yeah, right as I was about to say, he's controlling that left arm there. He just dropped that left hand down to his ankle.
Early 2-0 lead for Kaufman. We're just at the minute mark of the first period. This is where he really looked tough in that first match too. Man, he looked tough on top. Was turning guys. Controlling those wrists, coming out front, trapping that arm, goes right to that whip over. This is where he sucks in that chin. Did it in the first match a couple times. Brox wisely comes up to his
Wow.
feet. That was smart.
That was
Clears
very
out,
good.
gets the one. It's 2-1. 45 seconds left in the first period.
When he was pulling that elbow out, I couldn't believe he was able to move that shoulder forward and kind of push Kaufman away. Down low on that single. Caught him right, catching him at the right time, fixing that headgear.
Yep, it's 4-1 lead for Kaufman with under 30 seconds left. Riding those wrists tough, looking for another turn potentially with short time here.
Watch for a tilt off to the side. If he can come to that claw ride, he might be able to tilt him.
Again, I give White Bear Lake a lot of credit in this match. You are wrestling a state-ranked wrestler. He's not quitting. He's battling, not giving up any back points if he potentially can get up to his feet. And with that, it is 4-1 after the first period. Kaufman has the early lead. It is White Bear Lake's choice after the first period. He defers. Mounds View chooses top.
Now, Brock's already gotten away once. Let's see if he can repeat it here in the second.
Now, I'm curious, too, Kaufman's been a 2-time state qualifier. I don't think he's cracked the podium yet.
No.
Obviously he's ranked pretty high in the state, but his ultimate goal is to be a state champ. But more importantly, get on that podium, right?
Right.
And I think with the section placement the way it is this year, it's really important every single match, even a match like this, right, where if you can get that #1 seed in your section, that increases your chance of getting to the state tournament.
Yep. And this is being a senior. This is going to be it for him. Going for that medal, and that would be absolutely awesome.
And he's got that arm trapped again. Now he's sucking in that chin. This is tight. Got that flattened out. Let's see if he can get the pin for Mounds View. And he gets it. We've seen him do that a couple times. Saw it against Hastings, saw it against White Bear Lake. They extend their lead out here at 138. Mounds View with a 25-3 lead going into 145, where White Bear Lake will send out Keyshawn Woods Lipscomb. And for Mounds View, we have Joey Muehlstein, an 8th grader. All right, now one thing we saw in this first match that Muehlstein wrestled, we were incredibly impressed with how savvy he is for an 8th grader. Didn't show a lot of fear against a veteran kid for the Raiders.
Yeah, he seemed pretty methodical too. When he scored, he was able to he took his shots at the right time. So I think it's a lot of that feeling. If he feels like he's gonna score, it seemed like he did.
Well, heavy hips, that was the thing that was my
both.
takeaway. I mean, you had a hard time scoring this kid. Josh out wrestled him in the first round, got deep in shots multiple times and just couldn't finish. Again, this is a name we'll be talking about, I think, a lot for the next couple of years. Joey Muehlstein, he looks really tough out there.
Just watch this double. He's got a really nice double, and we'll see if Lipscomb can score.
Kind of goes to that right side underhook, looking to score from that position. You don't see a lot of 8th graders at 145 pounds. You really don't. Maybe in those lower weights, but to be wrestling at the varsity level as an 8th grader and to find success like he is, that's mighty impressive.
You're seeing a lot of upperclassmen at that weight.
Gets deep on a shot, kind of a crackback position here. See if he can score.
Brings it up to the center.
Woods Lipscomb is battling tough, though. He's not giving up anything.
You see how he grabbed that back leg as an anchor? He's got that foot. Smart.
Yep, calling a stalemate position. Good scramble by White Bear Lake. We'll restart on our feet. We're under a minute now. Still 0-0 in this match.
When Muehlstein's in that position, he wants to bring that right leg up, and that way he can bring his head through the middle and turn, and Brock just wouldn't let him do it. Lipscomb wouldn't let him do it.
Kind of a front headlock position here, right on the edge of the mat. He's got to pull him back in. They go out of bounds. Under 45 seconds now, still 0-0. Seeing a little bit more action as we kind of feel each other out and kind of get a better sense of where they're going to be on the mat.
Both guys just looking to see if they can create that space, create that angle for a takedown here.
We're under 15 seconds, still scoreless. No real shot attempts that have been that close. Muhlstein was in on one shot, kind of scrambled out, got into a stalemate.
Yeah. Brock in on a shot here. Can he finish right before the period?
Ooh, switches off to a shot here. Nothing. Good scramble position, but after one, it's still scoreless.
They seem like very similar wrestlers here, Coach.
Yeah, it's kind of a stocky build,
Yep.
short, compact wrestlers. It's Mounds View's choice. They got to correct the match score. It is 0-0, not 1-0. Green chooses down. Now, the importance of scoring first in a match is huge, right? So if you go to an overtime match, you might potentially have the first choice if you score first, which is probably what the Mounds View coaches are thinking. Plus, it's a little confidence booster in a match.
Yeah, typically if my wrestlers ask me what choice to do, 0-0 match, I'm telling them to go down. You want to score first, just in case there's that small chance that first point's really going to matter at the end in overtime.
Yeah, Woods Lipscomb riding hard on top, controlling those wrists right now. Muhlstein's got to work to get up and get out of this position.
Watch him try to roll this wrist over. See if he can get it in that hip position. That way he can work it into a bar.
.30 seconds into the match, or second period, it's still scoreless. Muhlstein chose down in the second period.
Look to see how much Brock is really trying to drive forward. Make sure all of that weight is on his hands. I mean, he's on his toes just driving. And that's tough for a guy to wrestle with.
I think this is Keyshawn Woods Lipscomb, Coach. Just a heads up for you.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I knew you were going with it. That's all right. We just saw Tyler Brock wrestle.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Again, if we would have had White Bear Lake in the first round, we would have known, but we had him. We have him for the second.
That's right.
Warning
That's
stalling.
right.
White Bear Lake wasn't getting off to the side, just kind of riding those hips. May play a factor as we go into the third period potentially. 45 seconds left. Scoreless still. Muhlstein kind of does a sit out, turn away, nothing yet. Kind of traps that arm, looks for a roll, nothing coming. Woods Lipscomb rides very smart, stays right behind him, doesn't come off to the side. 30 seconds left, still scoreless.
.20 seconds left. Keep him down. That's going to be really important for him. Going into the third period. If you can go into the third period scoreless, that'd be a great period.
Yeah, and then you can potentially choose down. You get away, you win, right?
Yep.
We're under 10 seconds, still scoreless. Woods Lipscomb riding tough. He's got to be careful with this ankle, though.
Yep.
The reason why he's been dinged for stalling already once. All right, third period, it is Keyshawn's choice. He's going down, not surprisingly, right? He's
right.
Get escape, he's got the lead. Still 0-0 going into the third period.
But that was a good period. You know, if it came down to it to call who won that period, I would absolutely say White Bear Lake won that. Great movement from bottom.
Some athleticism at play here.
Look at this.
By Woods Lipscomb. Good sit out. Got that wrist trap, though. Switches off to an armbar and a wrist.
And this is where we've seen Muhlstein have strength, right? He's a strong kid.
But he's only an 8th grader.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's wrestling a man's weight.
Yep.
With that, though, Woods Lipscomb kind of fights out of that armbar.
And if I'm the White Bear Lake coach, one thing that I want to do is work that shoulder forward. But now he's got that far wrist. Now we're in a tough position.
Doing big steps, walking around that head. This is a dangerous spot for Woods Lipscomb. He gets back points. It's a dangerous position to be in.
Muhlstein just needs to drop his hips. Even if he can bring that right knee.
He's for sure got the back points. Now he's just working for a pin. He's still got the same pinning combination, so they're not going to give him the back points just yet. Looking for a pin. Let's see if he can get it.
If you can keep that far wrist and sink your hips down, push that head away maybe with that right knee, you might be able to flatten him out.
We're under 45 seconds. Woods Lipscomb still fighting this hard.
They haven't given them the points yet because he still has that bar locked up on that left side. The minute that move goes away, you'll see the referee throw up some points here.
And he's got the 3 points locked up as well because he's had at least a 5 count. Goes back to it, starts grinding around that head. Let's see if he can get
That's tighter right there. He gets out of it. Man.
That's some serious strength right there to fight that. Still got that armbar, though. Walking around that head. We're under 10 seconds.
He's been able to get out of it twice.
And just like that, oh man, that hurts. That's with only 7 seconds left to give up a pin like that. Hey, good battle by both guys. Woods Lipscomb really battled him hard, but ends up with a pin for Mounds View, and the score is at, let's see, 31-3.
Yeah, 0-0 going into the third period. Honestly, I didn't expect that. The way Woods Lipscomb started off that period, getting up, shooting up right away, showing that athletic ability, but once Mielstein got him down in that bar arm, he kind of took over.
All right, now at 152 pounds, and for White Bear Lake, we have Charlie Woodcock, and for Mounds View, we have Quinn Morgan. Quinn Morgan, again, another young 9th grader. Sounds familiar. We've said this a couple times. Young 9th grader for Mounds View, son of Marty Morgan, ex-Gopher assistant head coach. Definitely has some wrestling pedigree here. Again, going against Charlie Woodcock from White Bear Lake. Goes right to an underhook, trying to go big here. Upper body, switches to a double, drives across. Beautiful by Quinn Morgan. Tries to scoop up that head, adjust his body a little bit. Gets the early 2 and gets some back points. Looking for a pin. Gets it. Wow, that was quick. 17 seconds. Future is bright for this kid. Holy cow, that was beautiful. All right, and extends their lead to 37-3. We go up to 160 pounds. For White Bear Lake, we have Evan Eliasson. And for Mounds View, we have Ethan Rydberg. Hey, as we have a little break here, I want to give another shout out to SCC TV. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We're glad to have you on HCTV as you're tuning into the second round match between Mounds View and White Bear Lake. Remember that the third round match will be between White Bear Lake and Hastings 10 minutes after the heavyweight match. Ooh, quick ankle pick by Rydberg. Goes right into a whip over position. This could be it. That was slick.
Tight. These last 2 matches, gotten them right on their back right away.
Rydberg's only a sophomore. And just like that, finishes them off. Another 17 seconds. Seems to be their thing, huh?
Yeah. Pushes the lead to 43-3. Mounds View lead here.
All right, we get to 170, where, again, we talk about some of the studs that Mounds View has. This might be the best of the best that they have here. They have Mannix Morgan, ranked 3rd in the state, recently signed with North Dakota State to wrestle Division I in college. He's wrestling White Bear Lake's Jackson Helko. Quickly on the snap, goes to the underhook. Nothing yet, works up to his feet. Get a little restart, lost his headgear. Mannix Morgan is undefeated on the year. He has majored, pinned, or teched every single guy. He goes, switches off to that armbar. You can see why right there. He looks tough up there. Gets that 2-point near fall. Got an early 4-0 lead as White Bear Lake works to their feet. Another sweet double, right? That was really slick.
Gosh, he's keeping that head up. That first takedown, he put his nose right into the chest, and it was, I mean, he just blasted right through it.
Yeah, kind of scoops that head with that arm across the back. Looking to flatten him out here. Switches to a whip over position, kind of scoop that head, looking to flatten him out.
Tightens it up if he could just lift that head there.
And there it is. With 54 seconds into the first period, Mannix Morgan with another pin. All right, it is now 49-3 for Mounds View. And here we go again with another tough kid for Mounds View. It looks like they're going to throw a different kid out there. Let's see who we got for Mounds View. I'll get to that in a second. But for White Bear Lake at 182, this is Matt Sloan. Now, this is arguably one of their best kids that White Bear Lake has. Matt Sloan's a returning state qualifier, has been in and out of the state rankings this year. It looks like Mounds View is going to throw a backup kid at 182. I'm going to guess this is probably Parker Nelson.
Okay. Now, Sloan, one thing that's awesome and amazing is he just got his 100th win recently.
Wow.
And 100 varsity wins is a great accomplishment. And, I wonder if Mounds View is looking at this match and thinking, you know, just for that seeding, that section seeding, we want to be careful there.
Just drives. That's pure force right there and gets the quick pin. You know, and another thing about Matt Sloan, he's still got another year to wrestle.
Yeah.
So he's going to definitely get some more wins. All right, with the quick pin, they extend they still have a lead, but it's definitely narrowing. It's 49-9 in favor of Mounds View as we work up to 195 pounds. For White Bear Lake, we have Tommy Yoshida. And for Mounds View, looks like they're going to throw Brady Elquist out there. We saw Elquist last round at 195 pounds, very technically sound, stays in good position, scored off other guys' mistakes. Yep. Elquist is a junior. And again, had a big win against a Hastings wrestler last round by a 5-2 score.
Yeah, and it was a close match, but he took advantage of it when he could.
Yep. Quickly on the snap down, looking to score here from that front headlock position. White Bear Lake loses his headgear. We'll get a restart on our feet.
I'd like it if I'm the Mounds View coach. You know, I'm sitting here telling Alquist, make sure when on that front head, I don't want to hit that hip. You know, I want to make sure that my weight's over top of him. He's feeling my weight. I don't want to drop down to my knees, drop down to my hip, because that just gives a little bit less pressure off on my opponent.
I think they got to check that score. It should be scoreless still after 30 seconds in. Should be 0-0. Alquist looking double unders here. Maybe looking to jack him up and get a big throw. Match score still a little bit out of hand. You know, obviously it's one-sided, but for White Bear Lake, again, they don't quit. No. You're looking to improve, potentially working on a seating position at the sections. So you're going to see these guys again since they're in close proximity and in Section 4 together. Still scoreless. Alquist looking underhook. Yoshida doing the same, kind of matching it. Looking to throw him here.
Just needs to bring him down a little bit lower.
We're under a minute, still scoreless. Good snap down by Alquist, looking to score here. And he gets it, snap down, goal behind. Just like that, it's 2-0.
Just kind of got him moving forward on his hands and knees. Was able to spin right behind.
Like I said, Alquist, nothing flashy. Just stays in good position.
Smart wrestler.
Doesn't make mistakes. Kind of, like I said, one of those guys that, you know, just kind of a glue guy. You can depend on him to do the right thing.
And look at that. He took that half Nelson right over.
Runs him over the top.
Pressure.
Looking for a pin with short time here, and he gets it. With 15 seconds left, Alquist gets the pin. The lead gets extended now to 55-9 as we head up to 220 pounds. For White Bear Lake at 220 pounds, we have Theron Cartier. And for Mounds View, we have Luke Eggert. Eggert is a junior for Mounds View. We saw him in the first round in a really close match that kind of got a little one-sided at the end. I was impressed the way he battled, though, in that first round.
Yep. That was that turning point there in the second. As you're looking at these big guys, one thing that they like to do is they like to move those hands inside, try to control the ties. Okay, that's his goal, and you can see Eggert doing that with that left hand coming inside, likes that inside tie on that top of the neck. Continually snapping.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of heavy hands, right?
Yep.
You hear the coaches yelling, heavy hands, and what that does is by the third period, these big guys, all of a sudden their stance gets a little worse.
Yep.
And those leg attacks, those other attacks open up because their stance just gets worse, and they open themselves up for points. White Bear Lake looking to score with kind of a half Russian tie. Nothing doing, though. Mounds View just kind of clearing out a little bit and kind of get a little restart. We're at the 1 minute mark in the first period, still scoreless.
You know, here's a spot where I don't like to have my wrestlers at ear to ear. I like forehead to forehead. That keeps me in a good position where I can feel different opportunities that come to me.
You create a little space too. Yep.
So that head position, Eggert's looking like he's got great head position here, kind of right in the side of the temple, forehead to forehead. Wrestling smart.
We're under 30 seconds, still scoreless here. Match score at this point is 55-9. But again, we talked about the importance of every match at this point having to do with sections placement. Now, I think another match that you were kind of looking at, Coach, not to jump ahead a little bit, but at the heavyweight match, it might be a really interesting one that's coming up next.
He's got to keep that
Eggert's in a potential heavyweight or headlock position here.
Who's going to score here?
Loses the head. White Bear Lake behind.
5 seconds left. Can you drop down? Just drop him straight.
No score there. Still remains scoreless after one. Eggert looked for that headlock. Did not get it. Cartier kind of stayed in good position. All right. Mounds is going down and going into the second period. Looking to score first like we talked about.
Again, 0-0. One thing I'd want to be careful if I'm Cartier is I'd want to stay behind those armpits. Because once you start getting a little bit too far forward, you take less pressure off.
And that's exactly what happened, right? You go outside, you lose your control. Moundsview gets out, Eggert gets the one. It's a 1-0 lead for Eggert. 30 seconds into the second period. Now, for people that haven't watched a ton of wrestling, you might notice that the bigger guys typically move a little slower, right? And you don't see as much scoring going on. It's not atypical to see a 2-1 match at the 220 and heavyweight matches versus the lower weights where you see a lot of activity, a lot of high scoring. And this one's no different. Still 1-0 with a minute left. Neither guy taking a ton of risk, although here we go.
Nice
Great shot by the big man. Cartier, does he keep a foot in? Gives him nothing.
That was close.
Great attempt by Cartier to keep him off balance. Almost got that double shot.
He took that opportunity. Eggert wasn't ready for that one. That was a very nice opportunity. Let's see if he can control that wrist here. Eggert's more of, he's head banging, where Cartier looks like he wants to control that wrist into a shot.
Neither guy taking a ton of risk. We saw Cartier take one leg attempt at the edge of the mat. And if you're going to do it, that's not a bad place to do it.
Right.
If you don't get the takedown, you're out of bounds and you get a restart. We're under 30 seconds. It's 1-0 in favor of Eggert. Another nice shot. He gets called for stalling. Not attacking at all. Can he finish? Runs him. Doesn't get it yet. Good scramble position. Keeps a whizzer hard by Eggert. Nothing yet. Wow, good scramble.
Yeah, that balance of a 220-pounder, that was pretty impressive. He was hopping on that foot.
Absolutely. The match will end after the second period. It's 1-0 in favor of Eggert. So close to that takedown at the end of that period. However, Eggert has been warned for stalling, so we'll see what happens in this third.
He's been warned for stalling, and Cartier is really taking some great shots.
He goes down in the third period. What a wise move, I think. Being down by one, you got to get that escape. Eggert traps that wrist, flattens him out.
Now we've seen a similar match like this happen right at about 145, right, where they're a close match, Moundsview goes on top, and then they just start going to work.
Yeah, that's one position that I've noticed Moundsview has been far superior to a lot of their opponents.
Yes.
Is, boy, they can ride, they suck in those wrists, they arm bar, and they come out front and look to kind of do a little whip over position. But boy, the way they control wrists, you can tell they're well coached.
Yep.
Hey, right when we talk about it, he comes out front, looks to suck in that wrist. Warning stalling, White Bear Lake. He's down one. He's got to get escape here. We're at the 1 minute mark. Cartier still down by one. Eggert riding tough. Both guys have been warned for stalling at this point. Sucks in that wrist.
He's just got to keep working out. He's got to find that little, he's got that energy in that second period. He's got to find that energy again, Cartier does, just to try to tie this match up.
Eggert comes out again to that armbar position, really stretching him across that back. That's a lot of weight on top of you. What I've seen
thread through. See if he can thread his left arm through to that wrist, and there he's got it.
Comes out front, going to suck in that chin.
Watch this whip
This is
over.
dangerous. Brings him over the top. That's nice. Boy, once again, Moundsview gets a big pin in the third period from that top position.
In a very close match, too. 1-0 going into the third period, and they're tough on top.
Yep. All right, now to a match that you kind of said you were excited about.
Yep.
We have two heavyweights that are very tough. One of them is state ranked. From Mounds View, we have Na Misurli, a senior. And for White Bear Lake, we have Dimitri Hatzis. All right, both guys built similar, short, compact wrestlers, similar in stature. We'll see what happens here. This will be a good one.
Gets him down to that snap with those heavy hands. Ooh.
Nice re-attack, out of bounds.
And that was I think that was that football, kind of that football takedown by Miserilli. And he kind of took advantage by driving. Right
2 nose tackles going at it here. Now, again, we talked about the importance of every single match in this one. This one's no different. Section seeding is on the line here. So even though the match score is out of hand, right, we know that Mounds View has wrapped it up. This one could be a factor for section seeding.
Yep.
"45 seconds into the first period, been a lot of attacks by both guys, which is what I like to see at the heavyweight position, not just trying to feel each other out and move around the mat.
And if you remember, Nod didn't really have too much of a match in that first match with Hastings.
Yeah, Hastings kind of went out early with an injury default position. Olson from Hastings took him down right away and then tried to do a mat return, brought him on top of him and kind of tweaked his shoulder. So this is kind of his first match of the night in a way. Under a minute, still scoreless. Both guys had some decent attempts here.
He's pushing in. But Hatzis Dimitri is really just sliding by, knocking those hands down, getting him moving off balance.
Out of bounds.
35 seconds left, still 0-0. Mounds View up 61-9. They have it tied up, or they have it wrapped up here, but we'll see if White Bear can pull out one more match.
You know, and I like that Mounds View is wrestling their first their best guys, right?
Yeah.
Their starters,
Yep.
and building some confidence. Even though some of the opponents maybe aren't as talented as some of their horses, right? You're doing that because you're putting your best lineup out there and building confidence as you get to that last month of the season.
But when you talk about people like Mannix Morgan, there's not too many people that are the same talent that he is.
Yeah, that's true. And a 1, still scoreless. Okay, red defers after 1. Mounds View is going down, looking to get on the board first. Little side roll attempt, comes back up to his feet. Nice movement by Mounds View here. Gets the 1. They're back on their feet. Nice movement, though. I mean, never stop wrestling.
Yep.
You see a lot of heavyweights that just kind of flatten out and just stop.
Yep. Gosh, those hands. Dimitri really snaps those hands down hard.
You know,
I like it.
I wonder, I mean, I have to guess that these guys have wrestled before. Being heavyweights, probably veteran, guys. I know the Mounds View wrestler is a senior. I bet you they've wrestled before because it's just like, it feels like they know what's coming.
Yep.
And when you've wrestled an opponent multiple times, you have a sense of what they're going to do. Ooh, nice body lock, drives them out of bounds. No takedown, though.
Something might have happened right at the end of the mat. Right at the end of the mat there.
Looks like he hit his head or something to shake it off. Going back to the center here, though. It's still 1-0. Mounds View's in the lead. Bringing out the trainer, though. We'll see if he's okay.
Just to double check with his head. He might have just banged his head. And you always want to make sure that you're careful with those.
Well, and really, like we talked about in the first duel, right? The match is out of hand. I know this one's important for seeding at the section, but at the same time, you got to take care of the health of your wrestler.
Absolutely.
And really, this match is out of hand. So if you can't continue, then you stop. And we saw that with Cameron Olson in the first round.
At this, especially, I mean, you always want to be careful with your wrestler, but especially at this time of the season, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. And Mounds View's going to need him not only individually, he wants to achieve a bunch of things, but as a team too, they're looking to push for the state tournament.
Right.
Now, one interesting thing to mention about Mounds View, they came in undefeated tonight. They lost to Hastings for the first time. Interesting to see how they rebound after that loss, and they've looked really tough.
Yeah.
The other thing that's interesting too is they have not wrestled Stillwater yet. So Stillwater, arguably the top team in Section 4. It'll be interesting to see how Mounds View matches up with them, if they can keep it a close match. Do I think that they'll beat Stillwater? Probably not this year. Stillwater's pretty loaded, but they could definitely give them a good match. You never know what can happen.
All right, we're back at it here.
Still a 1-0 lead for Mounds View here.
When you're looking at Na here, he's got great head position. Oh, now we got double unders. They've been in very similar positions the entire time, you know, back and forth.
I noticed that on the White Bear Lake bench, one of their coaches is really saying a lot, and that's former heavyweight Donnie Longendijk. Multiple state champ from White Bear Lake. I'm guessing he probably works with them a little bit. What do you think, Coach?
A couple times.
Yeah. One of the most athletic heavyweights I've seen come through the state of Minnesota.
It's nice to have that on your coaching staff, huh?
Yeah, right.
With 30 seconds left, both of them 1-0 match in favor of Mounds View. We'll see if it ends with this period. Now, we've been here before.
Yep.
Mounds View either leading or 0-0 going into the third period. As a White Bear coach, you have to know your wrestler.
Yeah.
So the question is, do you think he's gonna put him down?
Well, you wonder that, and he's also gotten close to taking him down a couple times, right? So do you choose to go underneath him, knowing that he's got a big, strong guy on top of him who we've seen what Mounds View has had success doing. Here we go. Going to the third period, it's White Bear Lake's choice. They are going down.
I like that. You know, I like you give your kid a challenge right here. He's down 1-0. He's got to get away. You know, you're sending a message to your team, too, that we can win here.
Well, and to your point, right, if you can't get away, maybe you don't deserve to win the match. Yep. Quickly to his feet, though. Nicely done by White Bear Lake. Mounds View is on his knees. It's a dangerous position to be in. Ooh, reattacks on that single leg. Nothing yet. Wow. He goes behind for the reversal. Better than an escape here.
Yeah.
It's now a 2-1 lead for White Bear Lake. Only 20 seconds in, and he gets that reversal.
He's got to be careful not to get too high. There we go. Now it's 2-2. He got away.
Yep. Hatsy smartly gives up the 1 and not the 2 here. Just lets him go. Stalling red. He backs out. That's an interesting call. It's been pushing the pace a lot in his feet, so to warm him for stalling that quick might be a little questionable.
I'm a little surprised at that because he was taking it. He was taking a shot, and it wasn't like he was running around.
Yep. 75 seconds left in the match. 2-2. Neither guy really willing to take a big risk here at this point.
You know, with
get on that head, trying to score with that front headlock.
At this point in the match, especially in a heavyweight match, you're looking for those snap downs, looking to get the other guy with hands on the mat so you can put your weight on him and then bring him down.
And it might come down to conditioning in this match too, right? Which guy's in better condition in this third period with 45 seconds left. But and this one might be going overtime too.
And both of these guys, they keep going forward.
Boy, and what a big win this would be for Hatsis, as if he wins this one, beating a state-ranked kid from Mounds View. Not only that, we talked about the seeding for sections, but what's the confidence booster in that last month? Under 30 seconds, still 2-2.
And this isn't just any state-ranked kid. He's in the top 5. He's ranked number 5 in the state. He's 14-3. He's only lost 3 times, but so is Hesses. So it's a good match. Looks like it might be going into overtime unless somebody takes a risk here.
Going strong on that right side underhook at the buzzer. See if he
can
get it.
Can he get it?
Runs him out of bounds. I was going to say, you can't call him for stalling there. Stalling green, I would agree, he ran off the mat.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you can't call red for stalling there.
I would have been shocked there.
Yeah, I think he had the wrong wristband up. All right, at the buzzer, it's going to overtime. 2-2. Both guys kind of forced some action here and there. But White Bear Lakes had a strong third period.
Now with overtime, what they're going to do is they're going to be on their feet for the first minute. First takedown wins. If you do take him down to his back, he can't go for the pin. But this is first takedown wins. If it doesn't get a takedown after this period, then they'll go into that up-down position.
Yeah, where both guys will have an attempt to score from that position. No takedown yet. 20 seconds into this overtime period. Match is knotted at 2-2. You can see the White Bear Lake bench coming unglued. They're excited. They want to cheer their heavyweight on, get a big win. Be a exclamation mark on this duel. That's maybe been a little one-sided, but this would be kind of the highlight of this duel. Working that head position.
Continuing to go forward. Now this is where it's a lot of heart. Your wrestlers got to have a ton of heart. We have 5 seconds left to go in this overtime matchup. Now we're going into double overtime. Who wants it more?
Now I'm trying to remember who scored first here.
That would be
I believe it was Mounds View, so he'll get first choice.
Yep.
Okay, we got blood time. So Mounds View will get the choice first. Where do you think he's going, Coach?
Well, I'd be putting him down.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been able to get away twice now. You'd have to put him down. And they're going to continue wrestling, right, Coach? They continue to wrestle through that 30 seconds. And then the other man has a choice as well.
Yep, until they break that tie, right?
Yep.
So let's just say Mounds View does get away. They go back to their feet. There's no points scored, or even if there is, then the other guy would get some attempts as well. So it kind of goes back and forth here. We'll see how this one plays out. I mean, both guys got away at certain points, correct?
Yes. Yep. Mounds View getting away twice.
And White Bear Lake got the reversal.
Yep. So both guys have, and they move great on bottom.
Yeah.
That's one thing. You don't see too many heavyweights like this where they move very well on bottom.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
30 seconds.
Now in the double overtime criteria, he gets away right away. That's huge.
But it's really important now that Hatsis doesn't become complacent here because you're still trying to score points.
Can't stop wrestling, right?
Neither one of them can. You know, I don't know about you, but I know I don't have a dog in this fight, but my heart's starting to go. Starting to get a little excited here.
Yeah,
I'm standing up. I'm ready to go.
Oh, for sure. All right, so here we go. White Bear Lake's choice. They're wisely going down, just like you said, Coach.
Yep.
He's got to get away here. He rides him out for 30 seconds.
Check the clock. Not started. Yep, they're not. Nobody on White Bear has noticed. Oh.
Referee's got to stop this match.
He's got to stop this match.
Yeah, the White Bear Lake coach is getting pretty fired up. Rightly so. I mean, this is a big match. They got to check the clock. I think that there had to be at least 10 seconds that ran off into this period. Let's see what they do to correct it here. I'd say it's got to be at least 10-second runoff on this one. That's unfortunate they didn't see it because, honestly, you don't want it to come down to this. And I hope they don't make them restart as well.
And the White Bear Lake coach, Nasvik, wasn't trying to...
You took 12 seconds off, 18 seconds left. Sorry to interrupt you there, Coach. Down to 15 seconds. He's got to get away.
Can he move up here? 10 seconds left. He's got to keep coming up. Tries a Granby roll.
Nothing. He's got a tough ride here with 3 seconds left. Can he get the win? He does. Wow. That was a big win for Mounds View.
Huge one.
Great match by two athletic heavyweights.
That's going to be an interesting one to see.
For sure.
I wonder if I don't know too much about the Stillwater heavyweight. Do you know much about him, Coach?
Yep. Austin LaFleur did pin him earlier in the year.
Okay. So I wonder if that might be two of the top seeds in the section tournament for them.
And plus Woodbury's got a top heavyweight.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about him.
As it stands, it is 64-9, a final score with Mounds View on top. We want to thank again the people tuning in from HCTV watching this duel number 2 between White Bear Lake and Mounds View. We're now going to take a break as we get ready for our third and final duel tonight. We have Hastings taking on White Bear Lake. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll come back and have the last match of the night.